Hey guys, it's Jaleesa here. I'm heading to a pretty little thing event, so I want to do my makeup and my hair. I really needed a fresh wash and go, and I wanted to show you guys my outfit also. So yeah, let's actually get into this video because you guys know I'm always running late. Okay, so I'm starting with freshly washed hair. I shampooed it and conditioned it, so I'm gonna go ahead and start to section my hair off. Doesn't have to be perfect. I like to work in fours. And now that we got 4 sections, pretty much, I'm gonna start to add my leave-in. So I've been using, this one is from the Main Choice. It's the Rinse Out or Leave-In Conditioner Tropical Moringa. I thought I hated it because the scent is so strong. Like, it's so strong and very freaking specific. But I like the way it works. It doesn't flake. It works with a ton of different products, so I get over it. I'm gonna check and see if they have one that doesn't have this scent or that has like a lighter scent, because the scent is so strong. I don't understand, but I just work this into my hair. And I like that it has that like kind of foaminess to it too, which helps me to really detangle like I need to. So I'm pretty generous with it. I'm gonna use an oil. This is from Jane Carter Solutions. It's the Complex 4 Replenish and Repair oil. I can't find this oil anywhere, so just use an oil that you like, but I'm pretty generous with this too. And I'm gonna start out on the ends of my hair, just to seal in that moisture before I add the Eco Styler gel and give me a little bit more detangling. And then we are good to start. So I'm gonna take a section, a nice small section like that, and just clip it away. And then I'm gonna take some of my green Eco Styler gel. I guess this is the olive oil kind. I don't have very much left, so I might have to dip into my red one. Before I do all of that, I'm just gonna take a Denman brush. I took out every other row of the bristles. That way it's not too, that's the way it doesn't pull my hair. I'm trying to figure out a word, but that way it doesn't pull my hair out. And then I'm just gonna take, let me roll up my sleeves. I'm gonna take some of that Eco Styler gel. Like I said, I'm very generous with it because it's gonna give me the most definition if I am generous, making sure that I'm really coating the roots like that. And then I want to basically, I don't know what this method is. I wouldn't necessarily call it shingling, but I guess it is shingling. I just do this sort of thing where I kind of start to separate so that way it doesn't dry in clumps. Okay, so let's put this down. Now that we got something like that, what I'm gonna do is shake this all out. So let me get a towel. So I like to just get a towel and put it on my face so that way I'm not getting gel and stuff on my face. Once I have that done, I'm gonna go ahead and before I go under the dryer, because I'm gonna go to an event and I want my skin to look really good, I'm gonna take some of this Caudalie Instant Detox Mask, my favorite mask. And you only need to use it for like 5-10 minutes, but I put it on while I'm under the dryer. So that way my skin just looks really nice and smooth before I do my makeup. Okay, so under the dryer we go. Okay, so my hair is, I would say about like 95% dry. I just wanna make sure that the roots are dry before I stretch it out and style it and show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm actually just gonna pull my hair back a little bit. Okay, let's start with the skin. Since I took the mask off, my skin feels really nice and smooth. So I like the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Magic Cream. And I like this one because it gives my skin a nice glow. And I haven't been drinking enough water lately, so my skin is really showing it. This is like what my skin looks like when it's stressed, not enough water, when I've been crying. So this just makes me look really awake and alive, and I kind of massage it really strongly so the blood will rush to my skin. Okay, so for primer, I have two options. I could use the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow, but I also really like this one from Bobbi Brown. It's the Primer Plus Mattifier. This one's really, really good, especially when I am going to an event and I might get a little bit like oily or especially in the T-zone area for photos. So I like to apply that to the T-zone area. Don't necessarily need it anywhere else on my face, but. And then let's go to foundation. So that way we can let this foundation like soak into the skin. So I'm gonna basically take a mixture of, this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear in 3W2 Cashew. So good, so good. Literally your makeup will be flawless all night. I could mix 3W and 4W together, but I also really like this one from NARS. It's the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is in Valencia. And it's a little bit more, actually they're pretty similar. But I like the texture of this one. I think this one looks really good on my skin too. So I'm just gonna start to apply this onto my brush. This is a Sephora foundation brush, and I like it because it's kind of rounded like that. And I'm gonna work on the outside of my face and then work inwards. I don't like my skin to look too cakey on the inside because then it starts to crease. So I pretty much just worry about the outside, and then concealer will fix the interior of my face, if you know what I mean. Okay, I think that's a good amount of foundation for right now because I don't wanna pile it on. We can always add a little bit more later. So let's do brows because I always need to get the brows out of the way. So I'm taking Anastasia Dip Brow. This is in soft brown, my favorite. It's just so good, the perfect color. And for a brush, I'm taking this Zoeva 317 wing liner brush. And my brows need to be plucked, but I'm always like in the phase of, should I just let them grow out and be bushy? And then when they grow out and be bushy, I'm like, this is not my style. Okay, that looks really good. So I'm just gonna clean up under my under eye. This is the Fenty Beauty 260 concealer. And just taking a little bit of that underneath. And this is a Bare Minerals Detail Shader Brush. Just to clean up, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that on my eyelid too. Just drag it down. Okay, so we have brows. I'm gonna go ahead and take this new palette that I have. This is from MAC. It's the Natural Vice Eyeshadow ×12 palette. So it's a lot of warm nude shades. It's gonna really help me to sculpt out my eye. So I'm gonna take a Zoeva Luxe All Over Shader 222. And let's take this guy right here. It's nice and peachy. And this is gonna go all over the lid. It'll help to set that concealer into place, so that way it's not super creamy, too wet. And then I'm gonna take a MAC, this is the Semi Sweet ×9 eyeshadow palette, and I like this one right here for under the brow. I just mix these two together. And then let's go in with this one right here and a fluffy blender brush. Could probably mix with a little bit of that. And this is gonna go in the crease area. So I wanna do this with my eye open so I can really see what I'm doing. I really just wanna see what it looks like when my eye's open. So I'm going pretty high up with this. Okay, so once we have that crease situation, I'm gonna go in with this one here. It looks like if like Orgasm was a lighter eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my ring finger to put that on. It's gonna go right in the center. Oh, it's kind of ashy. Just a little bit. Maybe I should spray a brush and put it on. Or at least maybe I'll spray my finger, so. Okay, that's better. I thought it would be more pink, but it's just gold, it looks like. So I'm gonna take my blush. This is the one I'm gonna be using. It's the Laura Mercier Blush Color Infusion, and this is in Peach. And I'm gonna put that on top. Because I wanted to go for more of like a pinky gold than just straight up gold. Know what I'm saying? I also want to add something warm on the outer, so let's go back in with the blush and just add that right here. Now this has more of a shimmer, but that's fine. So I'm taking the Revlon. This is the So Fierce Vinyl Eyeliner. And I'm just gonna really lightly trace that into my lashes because I'm gonna be adding falsies, but I don't wanna add a, I don't want a strong wing. I do want some definition though. And I'm gonna take a Laura Mercier, this is a flat eyeliner brush, just to slightly start blending that in. So just a little. And then if you really want it to last and stay, you can just take one of the browns from the palette and press that on top of the liner. That'll help kind of blur out the edges too. Okay, so I'm gonna do the bottom after I put my lashes on. So for lashes, I'm using this old crusty pair. This is the Red Cherry lashes. And I like these because they fit my eye shape so well. They're the Stevie lashes. So I'm just gonna put one thin coat of, I'm dropping everything. I'm putting one thin coat of this YSL. This is the curler mascara. One thin coat. And then I'm gonna stick my lashes on and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have lashes, I can pretty much figure out what I'm gonna do to the bottom lash line. So I'm gonna, because I don't really like anything heavy on my bottom lash line, I'm gonna go ahead and take something really light first and then I'll build up. So I'll start with this pinky shade first. And I'll see what. And then let's go in with the one that's below it, a little bit more brown. I am going to leave that and put the mascara on right after I do my concealer. So for concealer, I've been doing the NARS Radiant Creamy. I have Sucre d'Orge and Macadamia. I like the Sucre d'Orge for canceling out because it's the perfect skin tone shade. So I use that just to cancel out any color. And I usually need to cover up blemishes, but I don't really have anything that needs to be covered. So we're good with that. Okay, so let's blend that in first. And then we'll put macadamia on top to highlight. And this is a Tarte brush. I think it's a blush brush from 1,000 collections ago, and I love it. I use it for concealer because it's perfect. And then let's do macadamia, it's the lighter shade. So just a little bit here, and pretty much anywhere I want to highlight, let's do a little bit there to give me that like high cheekbone. And then once I have that all patted in, we can go in with our all-nighter powder. This is the Urban Decay all-nighter waterproof setting powder, and I love this stuff. I usually don't need to touch up if I'm using this. Doesn't have any flashback, and it's like, it's not white. It goes on completely clear on my skin, which is nice. And for the rest of the skin, this is very, very, very optional. I'm taking MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is medium tan. I usually use medium golden, but let's go a little bit deeper today. And then this is a MAC 126 SES brush. And I'm gonna use the same brush for my bronzer. This is the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in Bronzed. Perfect bronzer shade. And we can use the same brush. We like blush these days. Let's go in with the same blush we've been using for the eyes. Let's go back in with the peach. And this is a Zoeva 132 brush. And I put this on the apples, and I go very close to my nose as opposed to putting it back here. I just feel like it looks more youthful and like fresh to put the blush on in the center of your face as opposed to out here. So you just look how soft and like pretty that is. This is the best highlighter I've ever used in my entire life, ever. This is always one jump ahead from MAC, best highlighter, period. And I'm gonna tap this on first because you don't even need to sweep it. It's so crazy how good it is. I just tapped that on. Like what? Like just look how nice that is. Ugh. Here's cute always. And then this is a Laura Mercier Clay Smudge brush. And let's put some of that in here because this always looks good in the photos. Okay, let's spray the face first before we put mascara on because we've learned our lessons, okay? So this is the Scandinavia Bridal Finishing Spray. And then we can go back with the Y-Style mascara for the bottom lashes, but first I need to use the primer. It's also the curler. So for lips, we're taking Huda Beauty Lip Contour and Flirt. She's a little crooked, but it's cool. And then this is the MAC The Naturalist Luster Lipstick. That's freaking pretty, y'all. This gives me like lipstick and lip gloss. Let's get into it. Let's get inside. So pretty. Okay, let me stretch out my hair a little bit, AKA I'm just gonna take a blow dryer, pull my hair out, and now that the roots are dry, I'll be right back with my outfit on.